What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the September 23rd, 2024 edition of Raw Talk. Megan Morant, Sam Roberts in the studio, opening up the episode, recapping the ending to the show that, of course, saw Jey Uso become the new Intercontinental Champion. They show the replay. Later on in the episode, they show their reaction. Their live reaction to the title win. Sam Roberts seems way more amped up than Megan does, but it's still funny to say. So that was cool, and they make a big deal of it, as they should. They talk more about Jey Uso a little bit later on, but here to start the episode, Sam Roberts says that this journey was all about proving for Jey, proving what he can do on his own, and what he can do away from the family. And he proved that on Monday night when he became the new Intercontinental Champion. And I'm kind of glad in retrospect, since that was the story, it would have been silly, because that was also thinking, oh, what if Jimmy Uso helps him win, or if he was out there afterward or whatever. That would have been a nice moment, but it was really all about that, even if Jey cheated to win, or there was interference or whatever, he had to prove, like Sam Roberts said, that he had to win on his own, and he did. So I'm glad they told that story. Anyway, they recap Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman brawling again on Raw, which was very entertaining, per usual. We hear from Miz backstage. He was supposed to face Bronson Reed again on Raw, and I'm glad he didn't. They had that fun no disqualification match on Raw about a month ago. Why would they run it back? There really was no need for it, aside from Miz just wanting revenge on Reed. But the match did not happen. Braun and Bronson Reed brawled instead. So we hear from Jackie Redmond with the Miz backstage here. And Miz says, he's clearly visibly frustrated, and he says that the crowd got what they wanted. He says the crowd were on their feet before the match, which I'm not exactly sure if that's true, but he says the crowd were into what they got with the brawl between Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. But he doesn't know what to do now. He's done everything there is to do in WWE, and he doesn't know what to do. So that's where he leaves it. We hear from Pete Dunne coming out of the commercial break. Pete Dunne says to Jackie Redmond that Sheamus needs to keep that name, that being Butch, out of his mouth, because he said Butch earlier on in the show on Raw, and then he attacked him later on in the show with that cricket bat like he beat him with about a week or two ago, I think, on Raw. And he said that he made an example out of Sheamus for saying that name Butch, and he will keep hurting him every single time he says it. They replay Sami Zayn versus Ludwig Kaiser. Oh, and by the way, I think I said this last week. I mentioned that they're probably building to a third match between Dunne and Sheamus, and they should. And that the third match will probably be that same stipulation that they wrestled Imperium in about a year or two ago at Extreme Rules. And I forgot the name of it. I'm pretty sure it's the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I would go with the Belfast Brawl. I thought that name was sick. Finley's old specialty from back in the day. But the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match is what they've established as the special stipulation for Sheamus. So that would work just as well. Anyway, they replay Sami Zayn beating Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther again denying Sami Zayn a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Megan Morant says, I'm just going to flat out say it, Gunther is scared of Sami Zayn. And Sam Roberts says that regardless of what you think, Sami Zayn will not stop until he gets a shot at that World Heavyweight Championship. They replay Dragon Lee beating Carlito. I'm not really sure why. The match was fine. I'm glad Dragon Lee won, but it really didn't have to do with anything. So I don't know why they replayed that match, or at least part of it here. They do hype up Rhea Ripley facing Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship at Bad Blood. But not only that, Dominic Mysterio will be hanging above the ring in a shark cage. They established that on Monday's Raw. They replay the New Day losing to the Creed brothers on Raw as well. We hear from American Made backstage afterward with Kathy Kelly, I believe, and might have been Jackie, but I forget. But American Made basically says that, or at least Chad Gable does. American Made is there, the Creeds are there, Ivy Niles there, but Chad Gable does all the talking. He says that he takes full responsibility for the Creeds' big win on Raw. Ivy Nile is peaking right now, he's thriving himself, and he also addresses Kofi Kingston before he faces him one-on-one next week. They preview Xavier Woods versus Rey Mysterio also next week on Raw, which I'm looking forward to. They replay the main event again, this time in full. Not in full, but they show the full final few minutes and not just recap it. With Jey Uso beating Braun Breaker for his first Intercontinental Championship and first singles gold of any kind in 14 years in WWE. Sam Roberts says that Jey Uso fulfilled that main event prophecy by calling himself Main Event Jey Uso by winning the Intercontinental Championship in the main event of Raw. They do say that Braun Breaker will be undoubtedly back for the belt, which we all know. He will probably win that championship back sooner rather than later. But they do look ahead to what's next. They celebrate, thankfully. Let's not look too forward into the future of Jey Uso's run as the Intercontinental Champion now that he's done what he set out to do in becoming champion, because I don't think this reign will last long. Let's enjoy it while it lasts, is my message to them and my message to everyone else, really, that is wondering, where do you go from here with Jey Uso as the IC Champion? He might have a defense or two successfully on Raw, we'll see, but I do not think that this reign will last long, so like I said, let's enjoy it while it lasts. So that was Raw Talk in a nutshell for September 23rd, 2024. Thank you guys for checking out my review of the show. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, folks. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.